Probably be a quick meeting this week then. Okay, it's live now. Let's see, share screen. Screen one. Okay, that's always fun. Okay, so today I'm supposed to be talking about designing, defining, and triggering CSS animations. Can you guys see my screen? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. That's awesome. Let me actually move this over here onto my other screen. Okay, so CSS
You
animation.
want to zoom in just a bit? That would
Okay.
help. Sorry.
No problem. That good?
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. So with animations, you can do a lot of things. It's pretty cool. Most of the time you're changing a style in CSS gradually, but you can do things like you can bounce a ball or something. I didn't get to that quite yet, but I'll show you some other stuff. You can change these styles in one rule as many times as you want. So if you wanted to like change a background color from red to yellow, you can then change that color from yellow to green and then green to purple or whatever you want to do. You don't have to like only do it so many times. For CSS3, you usually need to put the keyword keyframes right here on that. And you just use the, let me see, do I have it down here? Yeah, it's like this. Excuse me, still have pneumonia. I don't want to cough into you. Okay. CSS animations are better than script animations because it's really easy for the author. You don't have to necessarily know a lot of JavaScript or use it at all if you don't want to. So people who are beginning in this don't have to feel too crazy. I know you guys have a lot more experience, so it's not, that's not necessarily important to you, I guess. Animations with CSS and keyframes load really smoothly because, and you can see in the next one, you let the browser control the animation, and then you reduce the update frequency so it runs a lot more smoothly than otherwise. So animations here, you use the animation property, and then of course if you also want to do dash webkit or Moz so you can make sure all your users are experiencing the same thing. And then there are a lot of different sub properties. I've included like some of them, just like the average ones you're going to see when you're using these animations, but there are a lot more that you can actually use. So you have delay, which just delays when the animation will happen, the direction. I mean, all of these are pretty self-explanatory. Duration, iteration count, which, just how many times you want the animation to run, the name, play state, timing function, and fill mode. For shorthand, if you want to use that, you don't necessarily have to. You would do something like this. You'd say duration, 3 seconds, your iteration count, infinite, and direction would be alternate. So it would, depending on what you did, you would like alternate if it like slid in. For this particular one, I took it from my example that I'll show you guys later. So this is the name right here that I have for it. And it alternates whether it slides in from the left and then back out to the right. So that's what that would mean. And you can set multiple animations in one property. I can spell, goodness gracious. Property. So right here I have animation name, fade in out, and slide in. And then 2 seconds, 6 seconds for the duration, and 4 and 1 for the iteration count. And you can see that those kind of just line up. So fade in would have 2 seconds duration and then iterate 4 different times. And then slide in would be 6 seconds and then 1 iteration. Now, if you had like 3 or 4 names or how many ever names you wanted in your animation dash name value, then those would cycle through. So if we had a third name here, then it would do fade in, out 2 seconds, slide in 6 seconds, and then it would start over again. So that the next name, let's just say if we called it bounce, it would have 2 seconds and 4 iterations, and you just like switch back between the two. And for keyframes here, it binds the animation to the element, so you want to include that there for CSS3. So let me get to this. Here we go. This is my CSS that I have started for this, and here's my HTML. Nothing crazy. So right here, I have this ID slide, which corresponds to this paragraph here. And my name, my iteration count is 3. I have this commented out so that we can see what they look like. So I have 3 and alternate. So if we go over to here, this is going to slide in, and then it'll alternate by sliding back out again to the right, and then one more time to the left. So that's what that does. Now you can just make that infinite, and I don't know what particular reason you would, but you could. It's an option, and I'll just make it go back and forth. Not too crazy, pretty simple. And then if you wanted to, you could delay that start. Delay 2 seconds, then back out right there. So you can see that's a little bit different. So here I have slide in. So I'm doing it from the left. And, oh, where did I do that? Oh, yes. From the left and then to 0. Now, a really cool thing you can do is you can change the size, the font size, like in between those two. So if we come back here, oh, what did I do? There we go. So it gets really big, 75%, and then back small. And it just keeps going back because I didn't turn infinite off. So that's one way you can do this. Here you have color change. Oh, I need to reload this. I have my keyframes here. So I have it going from red to yellow, and that is, why is this not, there we go. So you can see it goes through, well, it shades through from, you get a little orange there, and it stops the yellow. And this is color change here. I had it going at 4 seconds for the duration, and then you can see I added colors here. And then if I reload it, you will see that happening. See, green there. So that's a lot of different things that you can do. I might touch on this again because for whatever reason I couldn't get my JavaScript to do what I wanted it to. And so, yeah, that is CSS animations. You guys have any questions?
Can you link it? You can link it to JavaScript, right? How would you? Well, maybe you don't know, but how do you refer to those keyframes in JavaScript to initiate an animation to happen on a click or something?
So what you do is for the JavaScript that I looked up, is that you do event listeners to do that.
Okay.
So it would look for animation start, and then when it would encounter that, it should go through your code then.
Okay. So the logic is in the JavaScript. The execution logic is in the JavaScript, but the actual how it executes is in the CSS.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
That's my understanding, at least. I could be wrong.
It's been a long time since I looked at animations. I was wondering, do you know like the browser compatibility for that, like keyframes?
Yeah. Let me see. I had that up in a different window. Let me see.
Is it a CSS3 thing you said?
Yeah, it came in with CSS 3.
Okay.
So
It's just most likely standard browsers then.
yeah, most likely standard. Let's see. Keyframes started with Firefox 14. So
Okay,
yeah.
way back.
Yeah. And
That's cool.
you can of course use WebKit for Safari and all that. It looks like you can pretty much use everything now.
Sweet.
Yeah. So awesome. Any more questions?
I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, you had really good examples. Are there any good links that you'd like to put in the chat or?
Yeah, let's see. Here.
And I'll just put it in my notes. I like having a lot of resources.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of really cool things that you can do that I just didn't have time to show you guys. So those are two. Wow, doesn't look very good, but there are two links that I mainly looked at. And of course, there's always like W3 schools that you can check out.
Oh yeah. I'll make a little note here. All right.
Yeah, the
Awesome.
play state would be super interesting.
Yeah, because I've seen people make games with CSS, so it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, definitely. You can do a ton of stuff.
Well, that's about it. I mean,
Yeah. Nothing else to say? You guys good?
Yep, sounds good. Well,
I'm gonna go have some lunch.
yeah, till next time.
Awesome.
All right, see you guys. Sorry I was late.
You're fine.
You're totally
Had a
fine.
meeting run over. See you guys next week.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.